Beijing to Shanghai, 750 miles, 2 hours 15 minutes by plane, 5 hours 23 minutes by bullet train, one train every 10 minutes. Luxurious hotels in China. Shanghai population 20 million. The city got rich in the 19th century through the business of opium, silk and tea. It declined during the China Revolution, but had a new start in 1990 with the development of the Pudong district. A subway station in Pudong. In this new Shanghai, the skyscrapers grow under your eyes. On the right is the new Shanghai Tower, 2,300 feet high. We are now climbing to floor 100 of the World Financial Center, nicknamed the Bottle Opener, on a rainy day. We walk now towards Suzhou in the old Shanghai on the banks of the Wusong River. Very old apartments in Suzhou. The Bund of Shanghai. Here was the colonial power after 1850. Great hotels, banks and business firms settled. The golden age of the Bund has been in the 1920s and 30s until the war and occupation chased away the foreign residents. Today, the Bund is the showcase of a new Chinese lifestyle.
Now we're going to get in the groove a little bit. I think I'll play you a little China boy.
Turn of cultures. Pudong skyline. The French Concession has been the stronghold of adventurers of all kinds. It is now an elegant residential district with boutiques, restaurants, and bars. The Bazaar of Shanghai. A pearl counter. People's Square in Shanghai is the center of the modern city, on the site of the old race course. It is a vast space with numbers of museums and theaters, but before all it is a large shady park where people come to relax from the tensions of the city and to meet friends. It's truly the people's place. Here is the park. The Shanghai Museum on a rainy day is a must to see some of the most impressive collections. The art of minorities. China, the oldest continuous civilization, remains a very diversified country. 55 ethnic groups and 46 nationalities with the same rights and duties under the Constitution. Languages, cultures, traditions are very diverse. Yangtze Qiang, the Blue River. It's the longest river all inside the same country, 4,000 miles from Tibet to the north of Shanghai, more than 700 tributaries, a basin of 700,000 square miles, and a flow of 1,300,000 cubic feet per second. Our cruise on the Yangtze Gold 2 will be 3 days long from Xi'An to Chongqing. First morning in the mist. A full boat of new Chinese cars. A first excursion. The community of the tribe of the Three Gorges took the initiative to organize on its territory a revival of the past in China. Work, tradition, and daily life as it was in the old days. For us, it is coming from afar into a garden of dreams. After the village on the river, the tribe of the mountain. Here are our local guides. I'll be in the group of Rose who can answer my questions in English. I don't need this. I'm too young. Rupestrian art of the Ba and the Shu cultures. Before the construction of the dams, the boats had to be hailed upstream. A village wedding.
那地方就一定要很美呀，那才夫妻相对呀。想不想到？想到，大家鼓掌，欢迎你上。
Newlyweds disappear in the nuptial room.
一堂天地之下，搬起一堂西厢呀，带着新的结婚典礼正式摆堂走过来。100天地，200高的，夫妻对待。
They waited for us. The Three Gorges Dam is the biggest and the most powerful hydroelectric dam in the world. The idea came in 1919. It was built from 1994 to 2012 and completed for navigation in 2015. Installed power 22,500 megawatts. 40,000 workers for 20 years. The cost, $22 billion. The height of the dam, 300 feet. The length of the reservoir, 400 miles. We reached the site over a gigantic bridge. The dam is just in front of us. On the right is the trench of the locks for navigation. Length of the dam 7,600 feet, maximum height 450 feet. 32 main turbines of 700 megawatts each. The observation deck is still under construction. My cabin companion on the boat is a worker on his holidays. He spoke Chinese only, and me not. We shared very good beers. The old passage through the gorges now lies below the water. The gorges look less deep than before, and the view might be less spectacular. Sure, the navigation is now much easier, less dangerous. But 1,300,000 people had to be moved away, and 1,300 archaeological sites have been engulfed. We saw the dam, now the locks. Thanks to the locks, the boat traffic has been multiplied by 6. 2 sets of 5 locks, stair-style, 1 channel upwards, 1 downwards. Maximum size of the boats, 10,000 tons. Transit duration, 4 hours. In addition to the locks, a lift of 440 feet allows the transit in 30 minutes of boats lighter than 3,000 tons. The passing of the locks is free and they also take care of the greens. Let's go back to our ship to continue our cruise on the river. The lock is filling, the water rises fast. Have a good night. Upstream the Wu Gorge, then the Qi'an Gorge, here is Wushan, 1 million people, capital of Hubei province.
I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China.
A couple comes to sell their morning catch of shrimps.
Get you and keep you in my arms.
Here we take a smaller boat to visit the Danning River Gorge.
Leave all your lovers weeping on a faraway shore. Out on the briny with that moon big and shiny.
The Longman Gorge, 2 miles long.
Melting your heart of stone. Honey, I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China. All to myself alone.
The emerald green color of the river is due to the surrounding vegetation, especially the fields of cloud tea. The Bawu Gorge, 12 miles long. Two 2,000 years ago, members of the Bo tribe used to hang the coffins of their ancestors on the gorge cliffs or to bury them in the region's caves.
I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. A twist in the rudder and a rip in the sail, drifting and dreaming, throw the compass over the rail. Out on the ocean, far from all the commotion, melting your heart of stone. I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself, there's nobody else. Yes, all to myself alone.
Starting here, a suspended road goes along the river. Here again, we change boats. Three Gorge, the longest one. The Returns Journey. back to the Wushang Bridge. She said they would come back. We will now navigate upstream the Qian Gorge towards Qiang, the site of the White Emperor. Qiang, the walled city of the White Emperor, is a respected archaeological and historic site. In the 2nd century, a white dragon appeared to the warlord Gongsu. During the period of the Three Kingdoms, Lord Liu Bei was defeated. He handed down his charge and his son to his prime minister Zhuge Liang, who founded a new dynasty. The hill of Qiang is now an island. Warlord Liu Bei, modern electronic game version. Here I should have accepted. There are 1,000 steps to climb. Famous poems. Suspended coffins. Too late, I don't need it anymore. dried fish from the Blue River. Up the river from Qiang to Xi'an. We get up early, my roommate and I.
Hello, hello.
A solid breakfast before savoring the landscape. We go past the Shibaozai temple and its pagoda sitting on a steep hill 600 feet high. Drawing near Zong, a Chinese village of 800,000 people. Probably the beach in Zong. Fangdu, the ghost city. This sacred hill has been for 2000 years a complex of temples and monasteries devoted to life after death. It's a combination of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. This is a strength test. You have to place this iron block over the top. Nobody else could do it. The bridge over cloudy waters. Here people pass different tests according to their age, sex or marital status. Demons may stop you or let you pass. Young lady, a couple, a whole family and an old adventurer. I got my visa. Hell's Gate. It is guarded by frightening demons. A good person may proceed easily, but a bad one is questioned, harassed, and punished in hell. It's raining. My boat cannot go further this season. I take a bus to Chongqing. No time to visit Chongqing. The city has almost the population of Canada, 32 million people. I'll have to come back. Alone on the sidewalk. I finally got a taxi to the airport. I'm going to Xi'an. Xi'an is the first among the 4 ancient great capitals of China. With 9 million people, it is a major center for research and development, security and space exploration. Capital of China under the main dynasties, it was the starting point of the Silk Road. The walls are 8 miles long, 40 feet high and 60 feet wide. As a crossroads of cultures and religions, Xi'an has a legendary past. It may be somehow covered today by the noise of the modern city. It is the first city where Islamism has been introduced as soon as the year 651. Today, the Hui nation is a Muslim community of 50,000 members. Here is the Moslem Business District. The Great Mosque is one of the oldest in China. Turned towards west, it is a superb mixture of Chinese and Muslim styles. A classical element of Chinese temples, the Wall of the Spirits, is there to stop the demons. The central minaret has the shape of a pagoda. The prayer room is not open to visitors.
Entering.
The Terracotta Warriors. The discovery in 1974 of the monumental mausoleum of Emperor Qin and of his thousands of soldiers still fascinates our modern world. He was a king in 247 before Christ, and he put an end to the feudal period. He conquered each of the fighting kingdoms one by one. He truly is the first emperor of China. His tomb, which lies under a 400 feet high mound, has not been completely searched. The government expects new technologies to guarantee that the content will not be damaged. Then let us just review the army. It's in 1974 that, while they were digging a well, peasants discovered pieces of statues and bronze arrowheads. Today, just in tomb number 1, we found 8,000 statues of warriors and horses which were buried to serve the emperor in the other world. Now, hundreds of such tombs have been identified but not searched. All the warriors differ by their height, uniform, and hat. They are placed according to their rank and their task. The site of the Terracotta Army has been inaugurated on October 1st, 1979, National Day and 30th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. The soldiers' hands are now empty because the wood of their arms have been disintegrated. But the metal parts of their lances, swords, hatchets remain very sharp, protected for 2000 years by a coat of chromium oxide. Thousands of statues have not been restored yet, and tens of thousands of them are still under the ground somewhere. One grave recently searched contains all the servants of the emperor, concubines and eunuchs included. We can expect many more surprises since many graves have not been searched yet.
Shanghai